Just relax. Let's see what happens. Okay. So today we are starting at the end. We're going to immediately begin with a statement. Everything is perfect. And that's not just a set of words. The transmission is offering this higher truth to you as light, as information. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. So just watch your own responses to that. Thoughts or feelings or sensations. What happens when you hear this higher truth? Everything is perfect. Right here, right now, everywhere, always. Everything is perfect. So a good hint about what level of consciousness you are operating from right now is your response to this truth. Everything is perfect. For instance, if your response to that is, oh, but I have a pain in my side and I've been wondering if that's cancer, and that doesn't feel very perfect. So that indicates that your level of consciousness is perhaps more body oriented, more ego and body and human self oriented. And if you hear the statement, everything is perfect, and you think, oh, but my finances, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills this week, and da 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 da, then your level of consciousness is financial. And again, human. Those are human concerns. And we're not saying there's anything wrong. It's just information. Everything is perfect. Let's say your response is, yeah, but I don't feel everything's perfect. I don't feel God realized yet. Then that indicates you're still holding the consciousness of a seeker, a spiritual seeker. But when you hear the statement, everything is perfect, and we're pulling you into this higher consciousness now that we're about to describe. So you hear everything is perfect, and you just find yourself still, resting, peaceful, expansive. Then you are coming from your true self, your highest levels of consciousness. We're pulling you more and more into this, your true consciousness that knows everything is perfect. Some of you are hitting a limit, some resistance. So what would it be like to just let go even more into what you know as an infinite divine being to be the highest truth? Everything is perfect. And then you might notice that from this place, if you initially noticed a body level consciousness, concern about this or that disease that you might have in your body, from who and what you truly are, from this consciousness that everything is perfect, you just welcome whatever's happening in your body. Knowing that whatever happens, it'll be for you, for your growth, that it's an experience you evidently wanted to have. How do we know? Because you're having it. It's reality. It's what's unfolding. It's what's arising. Therefore, it's perfect. It's perfect for you. You know, perhaps it is cancer, and perhaps you died of cancer infinite times in infinite past lives, but you felt like there was one more thing you wanted to learn about living in a body with cancer. So you set it up to happen again in this lifetime. And perhaps what you wanted to learn is that it's all a simulation to begin with. You, who and what you truly are, can't have cancer. And even this body that supposedly has this or that disease, such as cancer, the moment you fully, truly realize everything is perfect is the moment you can also fully let go of any disease in your body, because there's no longer anything to learn from it. So that's another way of saying, as you open to this energy that everything is perfect, and you really truly allow yourself to bask in that, that is what begins to manifest all around you. That is what begins to be reflected back to you. Okay, so we're bringing the energy of this in very purely, and some of you are feeling how that's pushing on your belief systems. Related to care, concern, compassion. So it's a set of beliefs that somehow to open to this reality that everything is perfect is somehow not compassionate, not caring, or would come off as not caring, not compassionate. Clear, 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 clear. So several layers to that, but the layers that are already pushing up to the surface, we can just clear away. These are ways you've identified with things not being perfect. You've created identifications around things being wrong, as if that would somehow help protect you, help you manage in life. Clear, clear, clear. Yeah, and you might feel some of the discomfort of holding that, those kinds of identities and beliefs as they release. They're, they really are uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable way to hold your system. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, there's lots of angels here assisting, a lot of spirit guides. These are, okay, so what's being cleared are mostly belief systems, thoughts and beliefs that were brought together to create identifications and held in the heart chakra. And they create stagnancy, blockages, and they're, I don't know the right word, like perverted energies. They're perverted energies. They cause like these warps and shifts and tensions in your system because they don't fit. They don't fit the truth. They don't fit the rest of your system. So even as I describe it, that's also bringing more consciousness to them. And as you become more conscious of these and how they've been in your unconscious mind, especially, you just automatically begin releasing, releasing, yes, and expanding. See, the moment you release any of these, you get to expand. Your energy system expands to hold the increased light that rushes in right away. A lot of light coming into your system because you are releasing these outdated beliefs. And all of these beliefs are in one way or another connected with everything's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. Nothing's right. Nothing's going my way. Nothing's for me. It's all against me. Okay, lots of pain and sorrow in those, just clearing them. Those go all the way down through the third, second, and first chakra. Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong with me. Everything's wrong with my life. Clear, 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 clear. Everything's wrong with the world. Everything's wrong with the world. Everything's wrong with the foundations of my world. Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong. Nothing's right. Nothing's right. Nothing's right. Nothing's right. Nothing's right. Nothing's right. So this aspect we're clearing right now is nothing's right, and using that as a shield. This is a way you've tried to shield yourself from being hurt more. Nothing's right, nothing's right, nothing's right. So it's not only a shield, it's a filter. It's like you've been holding it up as a shield, and then that shield has filtered your experience. Yeah, again, in a perverting way, in a distorting way. It's distorted. Clear, 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 clear. It's quite painful again. It's like to rely on this shield, to rely on these beliefs, to rely on trying to protect yourself through something that actually hurts you. It's just very painful. So bringing in lots of love, lots of compassion. Archangel Raphael and his helping angels are here. Lots of the light green healing energy and the pink. It's almost like a neon pink today. And a neon green. It's coming in very intensely, like with a very clear purpose to like break you free of these patterns and help the collective to break free from these patterns. So both levels are being worked on right now. You each individually, but then automatically sharing that out to the collective, which then helps you clear it even more completely. Okay, let's just do some cleanup. That's released a lot of stuff that's just floating around in your system as surface noise, so we're clearing that out. Okay, there's just a lot of intensity to the cleansing today. Just get the sense it needed this extra push. Like you might even have had the sense that you were up against certain blocks that you just couldn't break free of. And there's added pressure today, there's added intensity to help break through those. It is time. It is time to break through them. To no longer be limited by these beliefs that okay, it's become very personalized again. So it's the identification, I am not right. I am not right. Okay. So that has an element of isolation and loneliness to it. To believe this deeply, I am not okay, then makes you want to isolate and withdraw. And then there's sorrow and pain and sadness in that that needs an outlet now. So we have to go down through the layers still. I am not okay. I am not okay. Clear, 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 clear. I am not okay. I am not okay. I am interesting. So it splits off into my mother's not okay. My father's not okay. My family or my situation is not okay. Yeah, so what they're showing me is how this was passed on to you from your parents, from your ancestors. Yeah, it's just we need to break this generational cycle of just parents passing down to their kids, I'm not okay. 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 My parents are not okay. Therefore, I'm not okay. Yeah, that's just a really big influence. I'm just feeling how it covers the whole world, the whole planet is so deeply affected by just this particular pattern. I'm not okay. And I'm not okay because my parents weren't okay. Their parents weren't okay. Okay. And so the energies coming up around this is that this is just too huge to heal. And those are just beliefs. Just welcome those beliefs. This is too huge to heal. This is too big of a negative influence. It literally is generation after generation passing on these really deeply held beliefs. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And then, like different religious belief systems, you know, affirming that, like in the Catholic Church, you are born with sin. You are born with sin. You are born not okay. You're not okay. Or in Hinduism, you've always been sinful, always, since eternity. You've been apart from God, and therefore you've been sinful. So there's all these ways in which our religious systems have also, like, just backed this up. I'm not okay. I'm not okay as I am. See, that's wow. Okay. I'm not okay as I am. Like, that's the crux of it right there. I'm not okay as I am. And see, that's a lie. That's a misunderstanding. So I'm just going to state the truth. You are okay as you are. You are okay because you are. We're just going to give some space for that energy to enter your system at every level it can. You are okay because you are. You exist. And then we're going to put the energy of the other linked truth right beside that, and everything is perfect. You are okay because you are, and everything is perfect. Always has been and always will be. Would you be willing to allow yourself to continue to absorb these truths and allow whatever does not match these truths to fall out of your system as outdated, unneeded, unuseful to who and what you are now and what your higher purpose is now? And would you be willing to allow yourself to be a way shower for others, for the rest of the collective, that yes, it is truly time to let these old misunderstandings go and to bask in the truth that you are perfectly fine. Everything is perfect. Okay, you are opening to that energy well enough that it is it's like moving into a self-cleansing cycle. Which makes it easier for me. Your system is now just cleaning house to help you fully update to this supreme truth. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. You are perfect. Everything is perfect. Metatron and his angels is moving more into the foreground. And they've been here this whole time supporting this, but they are bringing their particular energy more into the foreground. So there's a particular perspective they are energetically holding for you. Yeah, they're revealing more of this truth to you purely as energy, as light. Before we put it into words. So part of what will help you to eventually consciously truly get this truth that everything is perfect is to realize everything here is a simulation. Now, you may have heard this or that about everything being a simulation. And for the moment, just try to let that all be, whatever it is, and just See how open. Okay, they're showing me a metaphor of like a movie. So you're sitting there watching a movie, and on the movie screen, there's a reporter doing a report about this young girl who was brutally raped. So you're watching this movie because you find it entertaining, you find it distracting, whatever. You wanted to have a shift of experience by allowing yourself to get drawn into this simulated reality called a movie. So for that movie to be produced, did a girl need to be brutally raped? No, it was just a storyline. Was there actually a reporter who reported about a girl being raped? No, it was just an actor pretending that. And let's say it was a really graphic movie and they actually showed this girl being raped. Again, did a girl actually get raped to make that movie? No. If it was an underage girl, she was probably filmed alone, and then the rapist was filmed, and then they were put together in post-production, and the girl may have never even seen the movie. It's all a simulation to create an experience for you. And that's all this life is. We are infinite divine beings playing in a simulated reality that allows us to have experiences we can't have outside the simulation. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. It's like, let's say you're in a car driving down the highway and a big tractor trailer comes up behind you and you start to get nervous and he's wobbling back and forth on the road and eventually causes you to go off into a ditch and flip over. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Why is everything perfect in that moment? Let's say you die in that accident. Well, most people who come back with NDE stories say they don't even recognize their own physical body. As soon as they die, quote unquote, die, as soon as that body dies, they pop out and they look at the body that's mangled in the car and they don't even recognize it. They are already that detached from the simulation. They already know, yes, everything is perfect. That was just a game I was playing and it's over. And they might be totally glad it's over. So everything is perfect, even, the wars and the climate change and the weirdness in government these days and the crime and the inequality in the financial sector and whatever it is. It's perfect because it's a perfect simulation and you always survive. You can't not survive it all. It's impossible to not survive. And who you truly are is enjoying every moment of it. Just as you enjoy the movie you're watching, or you would turn it off and get up. And the simulation not only allows us to have experiences, it allows us to grow, it allows us to expand. By putting ourselves in all these different situations and challenges. Okay, so that was a lot of information, more for your conscious mind, but also for your energy system. And now we're going to go back to the pure energies that Archangel Metatron and his angels are still holding around you to help your system truly upgrade to this level of consciousness so you can hold it permanently, even while you are still experiencing the simulation. Because it's time for that. You wouldn't be here unless you were ready to have this multidimensional awareness of both being in the simulation and being beyond the simulation. If you wanted to stay purely in the simulation and not have any awareness that it actually is a simulation, you wouldn't be here. Because that's my purpose. I wake people up from the simulation and help them remember that they are infinite divine beings here to play, here enjoying every moment, no matter what appears to be going on. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. So let's just bring that truth in even more deeply, directly, and help it to continue to dislodge all the misunderstandings, all the misidentifications. Okay, some of you have moved to a place where it's like, I'm okay with waking up, like waking up to this being a simulation, but I don't want it to happen too quickly. So, I mean, ultimately, it's always your choice, but the way it's showing up in your system is that's a false belief. That's a false desire. You don't actually want it to be slow. It's coming out of fear. Okay, yeah. So let's clear that. Fear, 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 fear. Yeah, it's not an honest, genuine desire to have it be slow. That we're clearing. Okay, clear, 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 clear. So some of you do have it written into your life plan to have elements of this slowly awaken. We're not changing that. There are, I can see it in a lot of your life plans where I won't hit this level of awakening until this point, and I won't hit this next level until this point. And there's reasons behind that that make sense from who and what you truly are. What we're clearing right now are the fear-based ones, where it's like it's just coming out of ego and fear and misunderstanding and fear of the unfamiliar, the new. Clear, 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 clear. Okay, again, this is instigating big changes, and right now I'm noticing the changes that are happening to you physically, chemically, in your physical body. So the way your hormones fire off, the way the chemical reactions within your cells, between your cells, like all of this is being allowed to upgrade, which is ultimately going to allow you to experience a healthier body overall. More ease, more flow, more health, more youthfulness. Youthfulness. That's a good one. Youthfulness. Coming into your system, this youthfulness, youthening. Okay, there's some resistance to that, so let's see if we can. Would you be willing to let go of any and all beliefs that would hold on to an aging body as somehow something positive, and allow yourself to open to the truth that a youthening body, a more flexible, flowing, fluid, energized, youthful body is actually better. And would you be willing to allow your physical body to youthen as much as it does, to refresh itself, renew itself, and youthen itself? As much as is for your highest good. Okay, that opened the gates. So that's flowing into your system now. And the energy of everything is perfect is also still flowing in, anchoring all of these other transformations and changes. Okay, a few of you have like this anchor in your third chakra where you are still holding on pretty tightly to this hurts, I hurt, I hurt, I hurt, this hurts, I hurt. So again, it's like a defense against everything is perfect. Um, so just bringing consciousness to the parts of you that still are experiencing hurt. I hurt, I hurt, I hurt. Therefore, everything's not perfect because I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in sadness, 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 deep, deep, deep sadness. And just following that down, bringing light, love, consciousness all the way down. I'm sad, I'm alone, I hurt. Very gentle, loving acceptance to this deeply held identification Okay, related to various memories. So would you be willing to let go of all memories where in the simulation you experienced hurt, rejection, exile, being scapegoated, being isolated, and feeling made to feel deeply sad and alone, sad and alone, sad and alone, sad and alone, and hurt, hurt, hurt. Yeah, there's a pure sense of hurting that this aspect of you is still holding on to. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Holding on, clenching onto the hurt, as if to clench it tightly will somehow prevent it from ever happening again. Okay, good. And as I named that, it released. Because holding tightly does not keep it from ever happening, it keeps it happening. And as soon as your system saw that, it let it go. Good. Okay, let's just track that back up through the levels that we went down. Opening the heart, reconnecting. So it's a reconnection in the heart that's now happening. Because that part of you was exiled from you, was isolated from you, your heart. So you're like coming home to yourself. This part of you is rejoining the rest of you. Yes, yes. Allowing you to be more whole now. So let's test it with the energy of everything is perfect, everything is perfect, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect, everything is perfect, everything is perfect. So you can use this line as a mantra, as a reminder, as a connector to the higher truth. You can just repeat this anytime it comes to mind to repeat it. It's actually an activated mantra that I received from one of my masters. He used it throughout his life in just miraculous ways. So it's already activated as an infused. So they're not just words, they're divine words that hold the energy of the truth of the words. That's what makes it a mantra. It's been activated with the divine vibration that is the meaning. So it's both the meaning of the words and the actual vibration of the truth of the words. So everything is perfect, everything is perfect, everything is perfect. Yeah, if you feel drawn to repeat that, to reconnect you to this energy that will now continue to grow in your system, continue to manifest through more layers and levels of your system, and therefore you will begin to attract more and more external experiences and internal experiences of everything actually being perfect, and then more perfect, and then more perfect. Everything is perfect. And if thoughts come up that judge that, question that, just welcome them. Acknowledge the thoughts, welcome them. and just ask your guide or ask perfection itself to show you the higher truth, to show you what you know as the infinite divine being you truly are. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Okay. It's good for you to know that you can reconfigure your consciousness whenever you desire to be the best for you and for the rest of your day and onward. This session is complete. We are so very grateful for your participation, for your service in helping to open and anchor these energies into this evolving planet, into humanity as humanity evolves and transforms. Infinite blessings to you all.